Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. I feel like it's been a lifetime since I recorded. Life has been so busy with good things, good things. So let's do some healing affirmations. I'm going to do a card of healing first before I go into the topic. And change your reactions. Change your reaction. Just because you have formed a subconscious habit and react to certain situations in a certain way doesn't mean you have to continue doing so forever. You can change your reaction. How about that? And you can go on to Facebook. I'm at Kim Warner, or I am a woman of power. Interfaith Wealth Builders one at Instagram, and follow me. Also share, because we're talking about some now relevant things, such as uh, women being blamed or slung around. Black women, by the way, because I'm going to talk to our culture right now. Not about racism, but educating our cultures is what we need to do, because that's what happens in other cultures. You see, what happens is that in some cultures you got tribal languages, and you have narratives that people, dialogues that people can go by, you understand? And so with Americans that are born in black Americans, they don't have a tribal or cultural presence. Traditions have been broke down for them, and so we're going to bring that back. How are we bringing it back? Because we're teaching. We're not angry, but I want to say this here again. If there's any black men out there that are talking about black women in a way that they are bringing them in as a collective, as women that are not celebrated, or women that don't deserve the best, I want you to stop and take a look at yourself. When you talk about someone of your own culture, what you're doing is continuously separating your race, your ethnicity. We don't find a whole lot of other cultures cutting each other down in public. We see that Asians, they work together, and this is not a biasness. I want to show us that we have some issues that we need to heal. We have Spanish individuals who do not out in public cut down their culture. If you see it, then tell me about it. But I see more of it happening in my race. I mean, you can chime in, I could be wrong. I see it in the African American culture. I see that our men prefer other races because they say that we are, combative, but they don't understand that we've had to fight through a lot of stuff from the 1600s, 1700s. You got women that have been fighting for slave masters to stop raping them, and then we turn around and we have our own men raping us with words. You understand what I'm saying? So, what I'm asking is for our men to take a look at themselves, especially the ones that fit the bill of blame. Blame is someone who is not taking care of their responsibility. Blame is someone who does not believe that they have to do anything but themselves. And if you fit that bill, then I want you to reiterate and take a look at yourself, because when you take a look at yourself, what you're going to find is that you've been inadequate to yourself, and so you have looked outside of yourself for something. This is the black man. There are black women that look outside of themselves and they blame each other too, but I'm talking about women like me that have raised children, women like me that have went through school, and because we have an education, we're looked down on. The education, the striving, fighting through the uncertainties, fighting through the challenges of life, but still continuously getting up every day to make things happen. What things are we making happen? We're making life happen for ourselves because we had some men that we chose in some type or part of our life of consciousness where we didn't understand who we were. And then when we began to climb the ladder of life and look forward, saying that I'm going to master this mountain, we got men that was giving us feedback saying that you're nobody or you think you too good. No, it's not that we think we're too good. It's just that we want you to measure up. We want you to know who you are. We also want you to see that you're able. You're able to do what? You're able to master the mountains. You're able to master the obstacles in life. You don't have to give up. Life is not meant to be easy. Life is meant to give you challenges, but the challenges are there so that you can overcome them. So when we look at the ethnicity and the issues of Black people, what we also want to look at is the children that we're breeding. Because if you give up on us, then what happens to the children, right? It's not just the woman and the man. We got families that are separated. We got families that say, well, it's okay for me to move on without even looking at the problems that I have. We got individuals, men and women, that are not wanting to face the fact that they had children together. If sex was good enough to lay down together, then it should be good enough for you to look at those children that you produced and keep pushing forward, not just for them, but because you had something in common at that time. And yeah, I know a lot of people say, well, I fell out of love. If you fell out of love, then you can fall back in love. It's all about what you tell yourself. It's all about putting away the enticements of the flesh, right? And so I wanted to come on and further reiterate and look at some things concerning our men, because we're not all worthless women, as they have said. There's been some nasty things that I've heard Black men on social media say about Black women. We're not a collective of women that are the same. Some of us do need to be trained. This is the truth. But that some of us has not had a mother or father that was able to give them what they needed as a woman. So we have women out here that are actually, working towards helping other women to understand their value. But where are the men that are helping the men understand their value? Because we're not letting you off the hook. As I said on Instagram, I'm sick and tired of hearing men talk about Black women because they're inferior. If you're that man, then you need to go and do some affirmations, get in touch with your feminine side, and stop abandoning the truth of who you are, the truth that you are great. When you face the fact that you're great, then you can measure up to a woman that has raised your children, fought through a whole lot of hurt and pain, the same woman that back through generations was being raped by masters. You know what I'm saying? And understand that it's not been easy for the Black woman, because Black women like me understand that it's not been easy for Black men. But I'm not going to let you off the hook. I'm not going to let you continue to talk about me or my sisters without adding something to you. I think that you're all wonderful, but you got to think that for yourself. So I want to hear from you. ifbuilders@gmail.com. Remember your reaction. Remember, blame is not the theme anymore. Remember the children. Remember that when you look at your child and you blame the woman that raised him or her for whatever down settings that they have, remember what part you played in this life. Did you press your way through? You understand? Did you financially take care of that child? Did you support him in spite of what the woman was saying? What did you do? It's that time. So you guys have a wonderful day and be blessed. Bye-bye.